Welcome to the video lecture. This is a video lectures about computer networks. So in this computer network, we are going to cover Unit 1, Fundamentals and Link Layer. So let me discuss some topics in first unit. So here we are going to discuss about TCP/IP protocol suite. So this is about your we are going to discuss about TCP/IP protocol suite. Let me start. So TCP/IP protocol suite be having so being in the basic here after the protocol layering the TCP/IP protocol suites plays major role in a computer networks. So let me briefly discuss all the things in this lecture. So what does mean by TCP/IP protocol suite? In this TCP/IP is a transmission control protocol or internet protocol. We can say that TCP is a transmission control protocol and IP is an internet protocol. So it is, we can say that TCP/IP is a protocol suite because it is a set of protocols organized in different layers, so that can be used in a today network. That why it was named as a TCP/IP protocol suite. So that a protocol is a set of rules that can be used in a communications. So, but what is mean by this hierarchical protocol? This hierarchical protocol is made up of an interactive models. So basically, in a TCP/IP, will be having, it is also following an layered approach. So likewise, a protocol layering, this TCP/IP is also be spread into layer part. The term, what is mean by this hierarchical? This hierarchical means the upper level protocol is supported the services provided by the one or more lower level protocols. So it will get the services from the lower level protocols. That is the thing behind this hierarchical. So we will be having totally in TCP/IP will be having the 5-layer model. So let me discuss all these models in detail. So next thing about is a layered architecture. So in this layered architecture, to show the how the layers in the TCP/IP protocol suite are involved. So it can be in communication between two hosts. So we'll discuss. We assume that we want to use the suite in a small network. It made up of we can call it as 3 LANs, each with we be having a layer switch. So here we be having in a layers in TCP/IP protocol suite. First we will come with bottom, we'll be having in hardware devices. Here we can call it as an physical layer, and here will be original layers, the network interface, and layers in this network or data link layer, and the internet, it's a network layer, and transport is a transport layer, application is an application layer. So this is the layers, the basic layers. Then we'll just briefly discuss what is the layered architecture in the TCP/IP protocol suite. So layers in TCP/IP protocol suite. Here in this diagram you can clearly see this what is an layers. To better understand of each layer, we need to think about how logical connections between these layers are made. So the logical connections are made between using the switch and router. So the switch and router, this plays a major role. The switches may be an LAN switches or anything maybe. That router may be a link to connect all the LANs. We can use the router. So that is why we can call it as this is a logical connection. The next part is about in layers is application transport network is the major layers we have discussed. Let me look at this diagram. We'll start it from the physical data link network transport and application layer. So this coming to the layer part, the main duty of the data link and physical layer is hop to hop connection from one hop to another host or router. So another way of thinking what is this logical connection is that here how much of the data unit we are going to create it in each layer. So in the top three layers, the data unit should not be changed by any router or link layer switch. But in the bottom layer, the packet created by the host is changed only between by the routers, not by the link layer switches, but between by the routers. Next, we'll clearly analyze the things in the layers. Here we can see this, starting from the physical layer and data link layer, network, transport and application layer. As I said before, totally there are 5 layers in TCP/IP protocol suite. So in this physical layer, it is an underlying structure. The physical and the data link layer is underlying structure of LAN or MAN methodology. Next technology, then a network layer. This network layer comprises of 4 things. One IGP, next one is an ICMP, IP and ARP. The next one is a transport layer. This transport layer comprises of 3 things. This is an SCTP, TCP and UDP. This is about our 4th unit. And finally our application layer, SMTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SNMP, DHCP. These are about 5th unit. So this we will discuss in later, but we'll discuss what is physical layer and what is data link layer, everything in detail. So description about each layer. So what is a physical layer? So what is the main duty of physical layer? The main duty of physical layer is to carry the individual bits in a frame across the link. That is the main duty of our physical layer. So although the physical layer is the lowest level in the TCP/IP protocol suite, the communication between two devices at the physical layer is a logical communication only. There is a because there is a hidden layer. So the transmission media under the physical layer will act as the communication and it will collect all the bits from the frames. That is the main duty of the physical layer. Next one is a data link layer. What will the data link layer? The data link and physical layer, it's the same duty, but it is mainly responsible for taking the datagram and move it across to the link. That is the main duty of a data link layer. And what is the network layer? As we said before, network, you can look at this diagram. In the network layer, will be having 3 parts. One is 4 parts. One is an IGMP, ICMP. We'll discuss later. So there are 4 parts. But what is the main duty of this network layer? Only it is for creating a common connection between the source computer and the destination computer. That is the main duty of the network layer. And what is it? This transport layer. The transport layer, the logical connection at the transport layer is also end to end. The transport layer as the source host gets the message from the application layer, encapsulates in a transport layer packet, and then it will sends it. That is the main duty of the transport layer. The logical connection at the transport layer is also an end to end. That is the main duty. Only the transport layer uses packets that we can call it as either we can call it as a segment or user datagrams. We can call it as a segment or user datagram. The final layer is an application layer. The two application layer exchanges messages between each other. That we can say that there are a bridge between the 2 layers. However, we should know that the communication is done through all the layers. The communication at the application layer is between 2 processes. So 2 programs running at this layer. We can assume that there are 2 programs running at this layer. To communicate, a process sends a request to the other process and receives the response. That is the major duty of an application layer. So we can call it as process to process communication is the main duty of an application layer. So these are about the simple descriptions of an each layer. So next we can call it as an encapsulation and decapsulation. So in protocol layering, we have short that what is encapsulation and decapsulation. The encapsulation will always be done in the sender side and decapsulation will be always be performed at the receiver side. See in this diagram, you can easily source, we will be having a source and we'll be having the destination. The source and destination are connected via the router. If the source sends the message to the destination via router, that the source encapsulates the messages and the decapsulation will be performed at the destination side. This is the best example of an encapsulation and decapsulation. So we'll discuss about encapsulation at the source host, how it will be done. So at the source host we have only encapsulation. So the decapsulation will not be performed in the source side. We can either we can call it as a source host or we can call it as a sender side, or we can say it as a source host. So first thing here, what are the things going to happen is at the application layer, the data to be exchanged is referred as a message. So first thing in this, the application layer, the message is passed to the transport layer. This is the first step. And then this transport layer add a payload field as a header, which contains the identifiers such as the information need for flow, that is an error control, flow control, congestion control. So everything should be added in this header. So the result in the transport layer is a packet. We can call it as a segment or the user datagram. So then the transport layer passes the packet to the network layer. This is the second part. And the third thing about this network layer takes the data from the transport layer as a packet or a payload and adds its own header to the payload. The result of this network layer packet is called, we can call it as a datagram. So the network layer then passes the packet to the data link layer. Finally, it will reach the data link layer. So the result in the link layer packet, we can call it as a frame. So in a transport layer, we can call it as a segment. In the network layer, we can call it as a payload or datagram. This datagram in the link layer, we can call it as a frame. So this frame is passed to the physical layer for transmission, because in this frame, it will contains the bits that we can call it as an encapsulated bits. So and then the physical layer will transmit this to the receiver. So this is the thing in our encapsulation. Then how it will be the decapsulation? We'll discuss that also. So at the decapsulation, so at the router, we have both decapsulation and encapsulation, because the router is connected to two or more links. After the set of bits are delivered to the data link layer, the link layer, this layer decapsulates the datagram from the frame and passes to the network layer. The encapsulation process will start from the application layer. Here in the decapsulation, it starts from the data link layer to the application layer. The same things will be repeated, but they are in a reverse manner. So the second step in this is it will pass to the network layer. So in the network layer, inspects the source and destination addresses in the datagram header and consults in forwarding table. There will be a forwarding table to find the next hop where the data to be sent and where the data to be delivered. That should be identified in the network layer. And finally, the data link layer of the next link is encapsulate the datagram in a frame and passes it to the physical layer for transmission. It's about our decapsulation. Next thing in TCP IP protocols is addressing. It is worth mentioning addressing in this, because in a protocol layering we have concern about addressing. So this addressing mainly focuses on have and logical communication between the pairs. So any communication that involves two parties need to share their addresses. One is in source address and another one is in destination addresses. So whatever it may be, either it is in 5 pair of addresses, either it is in 1 pair, we'll be having in source address and the destination addresses. We'll formally have Only four, because physical layer does not need addresses. So according to this TCP IP, we need only addresses for application, transport, network, and data link layer. There is no need for physical layer to transmit with address. So this is about the structure of addressing in TCP IP protocol. So you can look at this diagram. From the physical layer, there will be a bits. Already we have said there's a small recap, and there's an data link layer, it is a frame, and a network layer, it is a datagram, and the transport layer, it is a segment or user datagram, and the application layer we can call it as a message. So it is about our packet names, this is the layers, and what are the address names in the each layer. So in the data link layer we can call it as a link layer address. In the network layer we can call it as a logical address. In the transport layer we can call it as a port address, and the application layer we can call it as a names. So that's all about your TCP IP protocol suite addressing. The next about is addressing is will normally use to define addressing in like some .coms or some orgs. So at the transport layer, these addresses are called port numbers, and the network layer already we have said no, and the network layer it is called as a logical address, or we can call it as a global address. In the link layer, sometimes it is called as a MAC address or locally defined address, each of which defines a specific host or router in a network. So that is about our addressing mechanisms. Thank you. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you.